Last time on Dragon Ball Kakumei, Broly enters Universe 6 and is heading directly toward planet Sadala with Bulma and Chilai in tow, as Vegeta has landed on planet Sadala first and has highly disrespected the planet Sadala force by defeating the entire patrol unit. This is an ongoing series, so you can find links to previous episodes in the description below. Caulifla is visibly shaken as to the events that just proceeded in front of her as Cabba and Kale try to figure out what is going on. "Well, there's your idol who just smashed up members of our own people," Caulifla exclaims. Cabba, continuing to climb, asks, "My idol? Who are you talking about?" Vegeta has no room for games and tells Caulifla to stop being childish and take him to the king. To this, Caulifla does not respond kindly. "What is wrong with you? You just beating up my buddies and you're giving us orders?" Caulifla, as Cabba struggles to keep her restrained and really taking one for the team holding her like that. But this brings up an important question as to the state of planet Sadala after the Tournament of Power, because Caulifla was an outlaw and Vegeta just defeated the planet Sadala force. So did Caulifla's standing raise after the Tournament of Power? Is she friends with the army now? By these events and this reaction, it seems so. "There's something off about that girl. What kind of rabid dog is she?" Caulifla shows Vegeta what kind of rabid dog she is as she continues to struggle and wiggle around in Cabba's arms. Vegeta orders Kale, the quietest one, to take him to her king. Okay, I'll calm down. For real? If I say so, I'm calm," Caulifla remarks as she begins to get out of Cabba's embrace. Vegeta barks another order. "Don't let her go, Cabba." And at this point, I think Vegeta knew what Caulifla was going to do as she begins to lunge straight into Vegeta with a right hook, coming for the Prince of All Saiyans, and this was when Vegeta made Caulifla rethink her life decisions, instantaneously transforming into Super Saiyan 2 and whopping her right on the dome. Vegeta's kick rolls Caulifla like a sack of potatoes to the shock and awe of Cabba. Vegeta has knocked her out. "What are you waiting for? Don't make me repeat." We move our location to an unknown planet called Planet Pillar, as Hit seems to be on a mission, but behind him is a skulking Frost who is struggling to stay hidden from the assassin. The heat from the planet is getting to the scoundrel as he seems to be tailing Hit for unknown reasons, but Hit is the wrong person to play these games with as he begins to charge up his killing move. Frost is sure of it. This is Hit's assassination move, but before Frost can think, Hit is on him. "Tell me, do you have any other brilliant ideas for telling a man born to hunt?" Hit questions Frost as he struggles to figure out who hired him. Okay, calm down, will you? Nobody hired me. I only work for myself. In fact, I want my revenge, Frost explains with that sinister Frieza-like smirk. Heading back to planet Sadala, Vegeta is being taken to planet Sadala's palace, but he doesn't see where it is. It is out of his gaze. Cabba tells him to look down. As a beautiful, extravagant, highly detailed palace emerges as it is bored into the core of the planet. The team behind Dragon Ball Kakumei really outdid themselves with this artwork as they do every chapter. This is beautiful. They are escorted to the king of planet Sadala's chambers, but Caulifla unfortunately wakes up in the back of the cruiser and she yells probably one of the funniest things in Dragon Ball Kakumei and says, "You crazy bastard, you kidnapped me. If you think you're gonna get away with it." And right now Vegeta's kind of in a pickle because on the outside he can easily knock out Caulifla, but now he's in a vehicle with several other people and Caulifla's taking him from behind as the fight inside the ship makes a spectacle across the entire platform. Everyone's gawking, and the Centurions who are here to guard the planet Sadala Palace are ready to warn the king, but it seems like the king probably already knows that they've arrived. As the king enters the palace where the Saiyans from across the universes are there to greet him, and we get our first real look at the king of planet Sadala, and he is a sight to behold. This is a Saiyan with a character design unlike any other that we've seen in probably any Dragon Ball fan manga that I've ever covered. and especially the Dragon Ball Super anime. He is a behemoth of a man and looks grizzled from war. Etched in his face is the expression of a man that is ancient. The room begins to get thick with the aura of two juggernauts facing each other, kings and royalty both staring each other down and heading to a collision course that nobody can see the outcome of, because it leads to probably one of the most honest introductions in Vegeta's history, a respectful introduction where Vegeta shakes this massive man's hand and the king is excited to learn more about the Saiyan. The king indeed is intrigued of where Vegeta comes from and what his universe is like. He's probably waited a long time since the Tournament of Power to figure out exactly where the other Saiyan counterparts come from, but Vegeta cuts this inquiry short because he has no time for stories. He came for something else, but the king cuts him off as well. Listening to or telling stories is never a waste of time, is it? Keeping the control in this conversation, Vegeta obliges and says, well, if we're gonna tell stories, I would like to know a little bit about you and this palace. Never seen a structure like this before. There is a reason for that. Our people have not always known peace. I don't know how Saiyans are in your universe, but in this one we ruled through submission and violence. Indeed, I was once an illustrious warrior driven by my thirst for battle and power. We were just a wild race, our only essence being battles. We were losing our minds. Ancestral tales from our planet refer to monkey tales, but it seems that by the simple fact that we did not use this power, we would have lost it over time. The people were divided, so King Sadala of this era proved once again his legitimacy by bringing the whole world together by even interspecies alliances, and stood up to opponents thanks to this interbreeding. At the beginning, I was just a simple army general, adhering to the king's ideals and supporting him. But through unparalleled loyalty, I rose through the ranks and was recognized as the right-hand man of our king. The years passed, and from battlefield to battlefield, I saw my brothers in arms being killed, while my loyalty to my king grew stronger. I was used to seeing blood. Let the scar on my face be witness, but this time was one too many. He called himself Gherkin the Bloody. He was the man who hated the king more than his own demons. Eternal runner-up, the king had beaten him again and again, but to have spared this man each time was fatal for him. Night and day I hunted him down, driven by my hatred, but to my amazement, the relief I coveted by killing Gherkin was ultimately an illusion. Shoving my fist into his stomach did not fill the void I felt. When I removed it, I saw nothing but the emptiness of an endless tunnel. This shape, which was engraved in my memory, gave its shape to the current Sadala Palace. Since the previous King Sadala had not sired any offspring, and because of my hierarchical position, my people voted unanimously for me to succeed him. Even today, I can't look at myself without thinking of all my lost brothers. When I came to power, I vowed to perpetuate the ideals of our former king, to put an end to all these childish wars, and to reunite our camps. The braid I wear, I make it every morning to remember it and stick to it. A Saiyan who does not stand by his conviction is a usurper. All this talk to tell you that I think I know why you came to us, but it will be without us. Goodbye. I'm starting to understand. You're afraid of death. The shock on Cabba and the guards' faces is indescribable. Even the king has a loss for words. Has Vegeta gone too far in insulting this man? Is the king stronger than he seems? Without Frieza around, I'd be able to beat you up. I let you get your perfect form, come on. As Vegeta thinks of his past selves and how arrogant he used to be, he begins to kneel. And kneel he does, to the shock again of Cabba. Cabba not realizing what is going on, not understanding what his master is doing, and possibly losing some faith in his master's decisions, because at one point Vegeta is insulting the man, the king that Cabba holds so dearly, and at another point Vegeta is bowing, and Caulifla is also astounded by this development. King of Sadala, father of Saiyans, I implore you, whatever we do, thousands will die. It is up to us to act so that it's not our own. A king who doesn't keep his promises is a usurper. The king, who is forced to stop his guards from rushing Vegeta as he himself tries to contemplate what to do with this Saiyan. But he warns Vegeta and the guards coolly that if anything has to be done with Vegeta, it will not be the guards who do it, it will be himself. He is a warrior king, and he may have bloated ambitions as to him trying to kill or defeat Vegeta, because at this point in time, Vegeta could easily defeat the king unless the king has some hidden power that we have yet to see, but Vegeta catches his interest. Nobody has ever talked to him this way. You've heard the same thing we all have, so whether you like it or not, war will take place, and you should know that this is not just a civil war between Saiyans. So here's my question. What will you do when the enemy enters your land? Welcome them with a white flag? As pacifist as you want to be, if you are really one of those whose king you claim to be, your instinct will never allow you to do so. I can't guarantee that nobody will die, but I swear to make each and every one of you my people, worthy of the name. I might not work miracles, but I'll make sure that all of us can look after our own. There's a lot of hidden potential among you, I'm sure about that, as he looks over with a smile to a tied up Caulifla. The energy off the king is immense enough to put Cabba in a stranglehold and get Vegeta's attention. What will the king answer? What will he do next? Will he destroy Vegeta on the spot or challenge him and his authority, or will he proceed with Vegeta's plan? But it looks like it's not just the intensity of the decision that weighs on the king's shoulders, but the king actively is pushing away Ki from his body to show a demonstration of force against Vegeta. As everyone else is struggling to stand firm, Vegeta easily does so. With an expression of sadness on his face, the king gathers his thoughts and he tells Vegeta that he will gather the entire force of the Saiyan army. That way he can announce the next part of their training. You won't regret it. I do not live with regret, Saiyan. And with that, Vegeta has his Great Saiyan army. The same exact events that happened in the Dragon Ball fan manga Dragon Ball V seem to be taking place here, as well as the Saiyans and their entire force meet at the palace for Vegeta to begin his training of them. It looks like we're going to be getting an army of possible Super Saiyans, if not Super Saiyan gods or Blues. This is the army Vegeta has been hoping for. And this is the end of the video, guys. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think of today's video. And if you're interested in another cool Dragon Ball video, you guys can click on the link right here.
Subscribe for more content.